I'm mindful that this weekend is a super Pfizer weekend and we welcome that. We have to do everything we can to get our sluggish vaccination rates off the bottom of the table. And we welcome any initiative that the government puts forward and say that that's a step in the right direction. Likewise, we're putting forward our own solutions, and one of them is drive-through clinics. Now, the government's found every reason to tell us why they can't work. Well, behind us, the private sector has found a way to make it work. And it's not about one or the other, it's about offering choice. And every time you make it a little easier for someone to get a vaccine is one more person who joins us in the fight back to normality. Over to you, Ros.
This is a wonderful idea. We can see that it works. People really like coming out to make it so easy. You can vaccinate the whole family in the car. Our vaccination rates here on the Gold Coast are at 45.5%, and we are closest to the border, so it's fantastic that AM10 has done what they've done to enable people to get vaccinated. It's a bit like going to McDonald's. You place your order at the first window, you drive through and pick up your order, and then you wait for your chips in the car park. So it's a really good idea. Tanya?
Hello. From AM10, my name is Dr. Tanya. I'm really happy and excited about this project that we have started. It's been great for the community. They have really been welcoming and very happy, and they feel overwhelmed about the fact that those who are sitting at the fence not sure whether they need to get vaccinated or the convenience of it all has made it a bit more easier to make the decision smoother. So they all come in together as a family, and we are here, doctors here as well to take any questions. So they basically come in, get the vaccination, park at the car park, and we monitor them 15 minutes. So yeah, simple, easy, convenient, and I hope more and more people will be able to come and get the vaccinations. Thank you.
Reece, you got any questions of do you have any questions of Dr. Tanya before we hand back?
No, not at this point. No,
okay. Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you, Dr. Tanya. Thank you, Ros. Macca's, eh? Would you like life back to normal with that? Right, over to you, Reece.
Steve, thank you, mate. Just obviously a little bit of talk about, Olympics funding about today. Obviously, a pretty big task ahead of us in terms of paying for everything. What do you make of the way the state government has handled that cooperation with the Fed?
Well, I just want everybody to take a cold shower, and I want Anastasia to realise that the Olympics are bigger than her. It's a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Let's get it right, and let's end the petty squabbling.
Do you think it'd be ideal to have sort of a 50-50, I guess, organisation model, not a 50-50 funding model?
Yeah, I think any Queenslander or any Australian wants to see is governments work together. And in recent times, there's constantly, every day we wake up to another Barney between the state and the federal government. That does no one any good whatsoever. For this to work, it's got to be everyone coming together, it's got to be one eye on the prize, and egos have got to take a back seat. It's about Queenslanders. It's about building infrastructure for all of Queensland. It's about promoting a tourism industry and a tourism plan that lasts 20 years. That's the opportunity that's here. And I don't want to see egos spoil that opportunity.
Would you make yourself Minister of the Olympics if you were Premier, DC?
It shouldn't be about individuals. It should be about people. And I'm not interested in titles. I'm interested in doing things. And I just want to see Queensland put its best foot forward. I want to know that the infrastructure we're building is infrastructure that will last a generation, that it's not nice to have, it's essentials. This has got to be the opportunity to build the sort of infrastructure that Queensland needs for the next 30 years, and a partnership that'll get a lot of different people to pay for it. And then a 20-year tourism plan when the eyes of the world are on us to drive Queensland's tourism offering for a generation. That's what success looks like. It's not about titles, it's not about egos, it's about Queenslanders. And there's an opportunity, if we get this right, for it to be a golden era.
I'm happy on my end, guys. Thank you very much.
Good. I've got one more for 7, I think, which is...
Yep.
All right. Anyway, Reece, thanks very much, mate. See you, mate.
Hey, thanks, mate.
Ta-da, boy.
Paul Fletcher is accused of breaching the National Partnerships Agreement on land transport projects for refusing to accept the $50 million. Do you think Labor has a point about the project needing its own special GST carve-up?
Good to go? I just think it's sad that a council wants to do something and they're caught up in political shenanigans in the shadows of a federal election. No one wins when that happens. Abby? Yeah, okay. I might get Ros to make a comment on this as well. We're deeply concerned with some of the Indigenous vaccination rates. So what we want is the government to make it as easy as possible for Indigenous communities to get vaccinated, things like drive-through clinics, and we want every opportunity to go into those communities and show confidence and access. They're the two things that'll lift that sluggish vaccination rate. The vaccination rate across Queensland is a real cause for concern. It is alarming in the Indigenous communities. And if we are to protect First Australians, we have to give every opportunity to give access and every opportunity to give confidence. And when I see vaccination rates less than 1 in 5, that is alarming, and we've got to get cracking. Even worse still, of the 16 Indigenous communities, there's only 2 that we have data for. Those numbers are horrendously low and alarming, but we don't even know what's going on in the other 14. So let's be open and transparent with our data. Let's give every bit of confidence and every opportunity for access, and let's roll out things like drive-through clinic to lift those sluggish vaccination rates in Indigenous communities. You want to say something, Ross?
First Nations people should have been the first people in Queensland to get vaccinated. They are the most vulnerable, they have comorbidities, and this government has been so sluggish on the rollout. It couldn't have been too hard to actually take a team into the Indigenous communities and make sure that they are all vaccinated on time and early.
Thanks, guys.